couple of weeks ago I was in some farmland shooting some cows, and I told you it couldn't get any more Dutch than in that video. Well, I actually lied, because today I'm visiting the most Dutch location that I have ever been. So good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a totally new experience for me, because today I'm photographing a World Heritage Site and I have never been here before. I think this is probably the most photographed location in the Netherlands, one of the most photographed locations, and yeah, one of the biggest tourist attractions in the Netherlands. And I've never been here, and it's very close to the city of Rotterdam, and about 1.5 hours from now I have to give a lecture there in a photography store. So I thought, this is on the way, let's stop there. So for me, this is the other side of the country. You know, I live close to the eastern borders to Germany, and to this side it's the other side of the country, so I don't come very often to this side. So I thought, if I have to be there early, let's just go a little bit more early and do a little photo shoot in front of this lecture. And actually the Netherlands isn't this big, from the coast to the eastern border is about 2 hours. So yeah, I know I'm probably complaining, but yeah, but where I am today is totally different from what I normally photograph. So look behind me. So I'll just get the camera a little bit more to this side. That's not gonna fall in the water or anything. Look behind me here. All these windmills here. And this is what we call Kinderdijk. So this is area is known for all these windmills sitting in this very small location here. And I've been looking at these windmills. This one is built in 1740, so I saw one in the beginning that's 1734, so some of these are almost 300 years old. And I've never been here, you know. So I arrived a little bit late. I was aiming for a parking lot, but there are signs everywhere that it's forbidden to park your car. They are permit holders. And I guess I know why. You know, there are so many tourists coming here that the locals can't park their car. So I spent about 30 minutes driving around to find a spot for my car that was allowed, and it took me quite the walk to get to this site. So when I finally arrived here, the sun was already up, so the sun is rising in that direction. So at the end of this lane of windmills here, and I already took a shot from the bridge here, and on the left side here, looking towards these windmills with the rising sun in the back. So it's very high dynamic range images, but yeah, hopefully they worked. I just made brackets from all of them. So I just walked about 100 meters in this direction, because it's already crawling with tourists on that side. So there was no place that I could speak to you on this camera for a second. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't record anything earlier than this. But yeah, it is a lovely day. We have some beautiful clouds. There are some light rays coming from that cloud, so I'm just waiting here until the sun is a little bit further away, so it's out of my frame when I shoot these windmills, so there's no direct light in the image, which will definitely help to improve the high dynamic range. So I'm going to use the light, but not the direct light. So these are the images that I shot with the sun in it, and hopefully these worked. And I'm just going to look now for a little different image, maybe isolate one of these windmills and just see if that's possible. So if you watch this channel regular, then you know that I don't do much research in front of my photography shoots. You know, I just go somewhere and of course over the 40 years that I've lived on this planet, I've seen some images from this location, but I didn't do research on where to stand. I'm just gonna go here and look for something. But the first thing that I noticed is it doesn't matter where I look, and this is really frustrating. There's everywhere there's something in the back of these windmills that's disturbing the shot. There are a lot of power lines here on that side. On the other side there are some really large buildings from I think they are shipyards. On the other end there's a big tourist center where people can park their cars and have drinks and all that stuff. So there's not a clear shot here, and that's really frustrating actually. So I have no idea how to approach this area, but at least I've been here. I've had some fun, and I'm still not giving up. I'm aiming for this one windmill shot somewhere with some nice light in it. So let's hope I can find something. So I found a nice shot in the opposite direction of the sunrise, and the light is already flat, you know. It's not as nice golden light as in the first images that I took. But the funny thing is that there are some beautiful clouds above this windmills here, which make it really look like an old location, you know, something totally new, totally old, I have to say. So I'm just trying to take this shot, and the funny thing here is that there are not many disturbing elements in this image. So I'm just taking this shot, f8, ISO 200, nothing fancy. So if you look behind me here, you can see all those large buildings behind those windmills. So that's the sunset direction. So I don't even think there's a nice sunset over here, you know. It's just a really complex scene to get all these windmills. So the one shot that's probably the most known for is this one here with this lane of windmills on this side. So this is the shot that I did frame up right now, and this is actually the one that I started out with. But now the sun is out of the image, you know, it's not right behind those windmills. And it would actually be nice, I think, to go back here and be a little bit earlier, you know. Now I know where to park my car. But the sun will actually rise right between those windmills here that I'm looking at right now. And the funny thing is that I think if you have this backlight, you will get rid of all these power lines back there. You know, I think you won't see them because of this sunlight then. But right now you can still see those power lines, which is actually a shame. But I do like the atmosphere of the image, you know, some golden light coming in from the side. And it just looks like we're back in time about 200 years, you know. Imagine rowing around here with your boat 300 years ago, going to your windmill. It's amazing. Found another nice shot, which was actually quite difficult to film because there were a lot of people walking around there with their dogs. I don't really like to talk to the camera with a lot of people around, so I'm in a 100 meter gap now with no people. But there was this bridge leading towards a windmill, and you could see those perfect shadow lines from the fence on the bridge. It just was really nice, and you got two windmills and one in the back. But unfortunately it was already pretty late, so not the best light. So if this shot worked out, this is it. So I guess this is already the end of this video. You know, time flies when you're having fun, they say. And yeah, it's just fun to walk around here. And I think this is more of like a scouting trip actually, because I think the best conditions for this area are in winter time. Maybe when these lakes are frozen and you get all these beautiful reflection. You know, there's too much wind today, so no reflection of those windmills. But yeah, definitely worth coming back here on some better conditions and with some more time. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this little location. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to push the thumbs up button, and there's also a subscribe button underneath this video. If you push that and select all on the notification bell, you will get a message when I release my next video. So yeah, hopefully in the next video a little bit more time and maybe a little bit more of a natural location. But this was just on my way, some unexpected fun. And yeah, now I'm heading off to my lecture in the city of Rotterdam. So I hope to see you next week or next video or whenever. See you then. Bye bye.